Welcome one more time to Donny Pure Studios, and this is the Youth in Agric. This afternoon we are with a young farmer, a great farmer of that cause, and then we are here to dive into some educative content based on farming. This segment of our show is to help the youths get into Agric. So quickly we will let our brother introduce himself and then we'll continue. So my brother,
my name is good afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And my name is Hosenyo Agbopono.
Okay.
And I live here at Ngolikope, to be precise, the new Chikakope off to the beach.
Okay. So please, what are you to the farm? Are you the owner or?
I may say I'm not basically or the farmer directly. I'm the son to the farmer.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are managing?
Yes. Whenever I'm around, I do take care of the other activities relating to the farm or to the jobs around.
Okay. So please, what kind of crops are you into?
We are into crops such as lettuce, as you can see around our right here. We have onion, carrots, tomatoes, beetroots, and then bell pepper.
Bell pepper. Wow, today is the first time I'm hearing that.
Yes.
How does it look like?
Bell pepper is in the form of a bell shape, but it's kind of big, but they have a common or local name for it called sweet pepper.
Sweet pepper?
Yes. It's kind of big, and then they use it in terms of preparation of salad and the rest. It's kind of big.
Okay. Do you have some in the farm?
No, you don't have some already here.
So now you only have the lettuce
available now.
Okay, that's great. So please, can you take us through your process of planting and then harvesting the lettuce?
Oh, okay. Yes, for the lettuce, actually, basically, before you even start, you have to then first you have to start by making nursery.
Okay.
You get a seed, and then you prepare a ground whereby you then do the nursery. You can either do it by means of broadcasting or by line method.
Wow.
Yes. And then sometime after which you do it, it takes up to 4 days for it to germinate, and then you have to spray it regularly for the insect not to damage or destroy the seed. And then also it sometimes required mulching as the sun is too high. Yes. And then from there, then as it's growing, you are watering it day by day, then you should be preparing a ground or a place whereby when it grows to a stage, you can make a transfer of that particular crop onto. So this one, as you can see over here, was being transferred from a nursery bed onto this place, and then it is now growing to a stage as you can see now.
Okay, so how many days does it take you to transplant it to the new bed?
Yes, it takes us, let's say, 3 weeks up to 4 months.
3 weeks?
Up to 4 months. From the day that you actually put the seed on the ground.
You mean 3 weeks to 4?
For
it
to be ready for transplant.
Transplant. And then how many weeks does it spend on the...
After the transplant?
Yes, after the transplant.
Yes. When you do the transplanting, it takes for a maximum of 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Or 7 weeks to be ready.
6 weeks or 7
weeks. That is a month and then 2.
A month and 2 weeks.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
For you to be ready.
Okay. And so I forgot to ask this question. How many years have you been into this farming business?
I can't give you that year frame because it's something that I was brought up with.
Okay.
Yes. So from childhood, as I grew up to be supportive in terms of what my parents does, yes, I'm actually involved in it.
Okay.
So if I can give you an age frame now, 25 years now.
25 years. Okay, that's great. That's a long couple of years. And then, what are some of the challenges that you face within this 25 years frame?
I said earlier from the start of this that I don't most of the time stay with on the
Within
farm,
okay.
because I sometimes go to and fro, and then when I'm around I handle it fully. But when I'm away, then the people at home also take care of that.
Okay.
Yes. But some of the challenges where I can then speak of are sometimes pests and weed control, which is our greatest, and then the tenure of the soil for the ground to be prepared for particular crop to be cultivated. So these are some of the major, and then sometimes is the harsh weather condition, because if the sun is too up or too harsh, you have to consider burning or maybe consuming more of electricity or more of power to enable to keep that crop in a good condition
by watering.
And then thereafter, to, as I said, pests as well also actually destroy the crop that we do. So we have to be constantly be applying some chemicals that to do or drive away these insecticides.
So is there
and then also one challenge we can also encounter as we are into this business is sometimes the fall in the demand. As in, you cultivated and then it is ready for you to be harvested, and then people are not in to make a pattern of what you actually prepare or suffering over these days for you to be ready. Yes. So those are some of our challenges that we do face as far as our job is concerned.
Okay, that's great. Please, is there any government body or any farm bodies that come in to help you farmers at any point?
I might say sometimes, but sometimes we don't have anything at all. As in, let's say most of the time, if you want to see some of these things, then it will be in an electionary year, as we are experiencing this year. That you see some of the input, some of the output, and that they'll be ready in. They'll be ready to come and then maybe make a support, but it's not in all cases.
It's only in the election year.
That you see, because this year I may say that we have found some, let's say, inorganic fertilizer that we've received for the whole of the year back. That's all, nothing more. And then after it all, the power we even use in terms of cultivating this, actually we have like our billing and those things are more, and then we sometimes find it difficult to actually, because if our yield is not much, then we find it difficult to actually settle the people that we took power from in terms of using to cultivate the crops.
Okay, since this particular program or this show is dedicated to the youth, advising the youth to get into agri, what are some of the advice you can give? Sorry, you can give the youth for the number of years that you've been into farm. What are some of the advice you can give the youth who want to go into farming?
Yes, I may say the job, it is dedicative in nature. You have to be ready to be there for the job. If you are not the type that want to have time and then be patient for such crop, then it will be difficult for you to get a result. Because we sometimes cultivate some crops that will even stay on bed for 4 months. Not in the case of this lettuce that we have over here. We have some crops that takes us 4 months, 3 months before it gets ready. And so you have to be patient enough. But if God willing and things work right, and then there's a good market or good demand, then we happen to actually smile in a way. Or by maybe you know that you can be able to then sort yourself out in terms of the expenses you made as relating to the crop, and then there will be something that will also remain in your pocket that you can also live on or sustain on. Yes, I may say it is in a way hurtful. Yes. So I would advise that the youth can also go into search of these some of these jobs as I'm doing. Yes.
Because most of the youth are complaining there are no jobs in the country. And if you have been doing this, I'm sure you have other businesses that you are doing, but you still come and manage this one. So if we are complaining that there are no jobs and you have been in this for 25 years, that means like the youth can also enter something like in form of this to help them maybe getting ready for the white collar jobs or something.
Yeah. As I said, it is true. Yes, but I may say that most of we the young boys or young, yes, we are not that patient enough, so we find it difficult to actually go into a job of this kind to actually cultivate. But I may say that food cultivation and these are the backbone of all the jobs that we have in the country. Imagine you being in your office, you being in your car, you doing the welding work, you doing a construction job, any other form of job, you have to feed on something. So if the farmer says that the way the normal white collar jobs go on a leave, if farmer says they are going for a leave for a month, there will be a total crisis or total conflict as far as our world is concerned, because stomach have no day of rest in terms of food. Yes.
Okay, great. So let's go into the.
But I will also say that maybe I would also like to add this. Some of our people that would like to maybe support, and I may say some of the foreign countries, they are doing very well in terms of this job is concerned. There are years that they have bumper products or produce of goods that are produced that are in terms of vegetables, but they find a way of actually preserving it so that at the time that those things are scarce in the system or they are not there at all, then we rely on those ones and then they push it to the market. But we don't have any company that when they produce, they will be able to then preserve it for days, and then when it's ready and then there's nothing in the system, then they can push it into the system and they make some money. We don't have anything like that. I see some good examples like tomatoes and the rest. The fresh one, at the time, you realize that foreign countries, they have the canned one. They actually can it, which is the same fresh.
The fresh
the
one.
same fresh.
Okay.
But in Ghana or in Africa, we don't have some of those things. But I do pity what our leaders do here, because they are there in the forefront learning those things, going there up and down. They should do this so that at least life to be a bit manageable for us, because as I said earlier, there's no day that you see you're not going to fast. You are going to you're not going
Fast.
to eat.
So
you want to fast throughout. Yes. So I think if there's something they should
help you.
Yes. They should come out with some of them. Then I think it will go in a long way to expand the industry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's great. So let's go to the business side of it. If your crops are ready for the lettuce like this, do you have people that come in to buy, or you have to cultivate them and send them to the market?
Yes, these are when like we have people that will come and they buy, that you can come for it on a bulk size or maybe a wholesale one, whereby they'll send it out to the market and then also retail it out. And then so we don't have people that may say, so we'll contact them as to when it is ready and then they will come for it. But in terms of it is in abundance. We don't have, we call them and then you will not see them coming in for it, and then it's actually gets spoils and maybe got rotten on the farm.
Okay, so with that, can you please give us your telephone number and then your location of the farm?
Yes, my telephone number is 054 18 38 572. And then we live at Ngoli Copper, heading towards the beach. Yes, and or maybe away from the Denu township and then Vieper township towards the beach. We are located there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's his number. His numbers will be on the screen. If you want his crops in a large quantity, he has lettuce, tomatoes, onion, any other crop that you can think of. His numbers will be on the screen. You can contact him and then do business with him as well. And Denu is located in the Ketu South district in the Volta region. So those of you watching from all over the country or anywhere around the world. Danu is in the Ketu South district of the Volta region. And my brother, now we are getting to the end of our conversation.
Yes.
If you have any other thing that you can add to it that I have not asked you, please you can say it.
Yes, and then also I may say that this our work is, I may say, is labor intensive, in the sense that we require labor to actually help us in terms of turning whatever we're supposed to do for day one to the day that it should be ready. And then here the case, youth or our youth of today are not interested in this kind of jobs. And then I may say that there should be like a way that maybe the government can also try to revamp this particular industry. They can do it in a nice way, and then people will see it lucrative as the white collar job. Yes, well, there's one good contribution I would like to make in this regard. I think let's take Danu in Ketu South as a municipal or a district on its own. I think my view is that they can actually make employ certain people to occupy a certain position in terms of this agric. I'm going to mention some department that would like to operate with or like to work with. Like they say, the weathers would like to work there, and the drivers that can drive tractors and the rest. The government can provide one, because I know that it will be very difficult to make it available for everyone. So when they make one in the locality and then that person is on a payroll like other white collar job workers, the person knows that his duty is that when I get up, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to plow a land for Kofi, Kwame, and the rest that are living in the same locality, and the next time moving to another place. And then if the month ends, that same person will also enjoy salary as other people are also enjoying, which will also make that same person to also make a living. And then through that, why it will be that quite easier for the one that will have to be waiting on going to get maybe a plower from a distance before the person will be able to, or maybe the person will have to be chasing the person for this. But if some machines are, let's say we take Ketu South like this, there's a machine that can operate within, or there's a machine that can operate within, or by there will be fitters that can operate on that machine when there's a fault. I think it will go a long way to help us. I think this is some of the strategic investment they can make relating to our job. Yes, and then there should be already markets, and then there should be already companies that can actually preserve some of the commodities or the groups that we produce, so that when the time or the weather will not be that conducive for each survivor, it should be in the can, or it should be in another form for the people to make use of. That is my one contribution. I would like to maybe I will urge that maybe they should help us with. It should go in a long way, because if a farmer knows that at the close of the day is going to be on a pay, or maybe something will cushion him away, whereby if he's going to run into a loss, I think the person will also be that cheerful, and the person will be happy that, oh, I want to cultivate, so that the next time I will also. But if they realize that the person is actually put on that payroll, the person is not producing to meet the demand, there's supposed to be a body that will investigate that. Is the person that lazy? Is the person not, is he just reluctant that he's only enjoying pay as a farmer, that's why he's not willing to cultivate again? Then they actually cut off that person's salary. Yes. So when they bring some of these innovative ideas that I'm bringing on board, I think it will go in a long way to help us, and all of us will be happy as far as our job is concerned.
All right, great. We've learned so much from our brother here. He's a great farmer, for someone who has started from his young age, and it's like more than 25 years now. He's gotten a lot of ideas that we can all learn from. So please don't forget to share this content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if this is your first time of watching, and then please, their numbers will be on the screen. Call them anytime you need any of the crops in a larger quantity you want to ship outside the country. They are ever ready. They are always in the farming. They are always busy in the farm. I will show you around the farm, and then Thank you so much for sticking with us, my brother. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
I'm so grateful for having you, especially as a youth who is into farming. I'm so grateful for having you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you too today.
Nice meeting you.
Yes.
Thank you for your time too.
Welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes, this is what we use in terms of watering the crop, but it is being named the irrigation trip. But I personally call it water belt.
Water belt.
Water belt,
Okay.
because it's in a form of belt, and then it actually help us to water the crops. Well, actually, other people call it water for me, but in I think the best name to read is water belt because it's in the form of belt. That we use.
Okay.
Yes, water belt. Then with this is a pipe where we have sprinklers that we fix on that help us or enable us to water the crop.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you call your system?
The system.
Your system of watering, I can see.
Yes, it's irrigation.
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 System. Okay.
So we actually cultivate all year round with that.
Okay.
A
Waiting
brick,
for the
with the brick,
rain.
without waiting on the rain.
Okay. Okay. So these are some of the lettuce.
Yes, these are some of our produce, lettuce.
So how long has it been here?
Yes, this one is already ready for harvesting.
Oh, okay.
And so let's see, in 3-4 days to come, then
You
you have to
harvest
then the people that need them would have to then come and then take them to whoever need them.
Okay. So what happens if the people who needs them don't come around? Do you have to call them? Or?
Yeah, we have to call them so that they will come. Yes, so this afternoon we just called someone that showed interest in it, and then she's also she's our customer that most of the time come around to them buy, and then she came and then gave us a date that within 4 days to come or 5 days to come she'll begin to then harvest them and then send it to the people that need them.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you can see it's a very big farm. These are lettuce ready for the markets. In the next 4 or 5 days, they will be harvested and then they'll be taken to the markets. All around is lettuce, and then they have other crops too. That after the lettuce, they will be planting them. So as I said, their numbers will be on the screen. Please do to contact them, and then
So with this,
yeah.
so with this, we sometimes pump water from beneath the soil.
Okay.
The soil.
Okay.
Yeah, so we pump directly from the soil. This water we use is purely cleaned.
Okay.
It's not having any
Chemicals.
any chemicals or any contamination in it.
Okay.
We pump beneath the soil each time, or
Okay.
each day that we want to pump. We pump beneath the soil.
So how many times do you water the crops in?
Yes,
in a
it
day?
depends on the type of crop that we cultivate. A particular crop like this crop, we water like 4 times depending on how the weather is. Yes, so if it's that sunny or the sun is too up, it depends the number of times you're going to water.
So I can see some sprinkles of water
Yes.
down there.
Yes.
But there are no crops there.
There's
Why?
no crop. So we are preparing that place is also a place that we're preparing for a crop to be planted in some few days to come.
Okay. So you have to water the ground.
You have to water so that as it is dried up, it should be soaked with enough water so that it will enable or make conducive for the crop to actually germinate when you put it there.
So what kind of crop will you be planting there?
Yes, we'll be planting carrots.
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 Okay.
So we started watering for days now. Let's say because
For days?
For days now. So we started like from Friday, but the plant will be done Friday last week, and then the plant will be done either Friday or Thursday.
So that
within the
means
week.
like 1 week of
1
watering.
week constant
Just-
watering, because the soil is a sandy one, and then
Okay.
it actually loses water
Okay. Quickly.
faster.
Okay.
Before you get the place ready, we do some kind of a plumbing work. So we'll have to get the pipe being fixed, and then with the belt, and then lay out to the distance, and then when it's up then before you start. So it involves a lot of work. So that is getting the place prepared. So day in day time, this particular belt we use actually get weak, and then you will not be you can no longer use them. So you have to replace them.
So like how many years does it take?
Yes, this one takes us to, let's say, 2 years, and after which you have to replace it. Yes, but I'm of the view, I have this life in this job, but I'm of the view that we can actually have some other maybe irrigation product that we can use that can take us like 5 years, 10 years before we can replace them. Yes, as in the case of the pipe that you have over here, I was actually in contact with some companies that produce us this pipe, so that they can help us, so that they can look at that belt that we are using with how it was perforated with the holes that we use to water. They can do same for us, but it will be in a fine form, and then we can fix them. So if any investors would like to come on board, I have the idea to actually cooperate with him or the company, so that they'll come out with a good product that we can use to water our crops that can last for a period of, let's say, 10 years, 10 years at least. The least will be 10 years before we can change them.
So you are of the view that if they use the pipe, the PVC pipe,
yes, but that one help. I have certain ideas that we can cooperate into it that would make it good for our use. Yes, so if those ideas are incorporated into it, we realize that we can have, the company can also be producing some product of this kind that will enable us to save for the period of that 10 years I'm speaking about, before you can replace them. Because the pipe that we have over here actually stabilized 10 years. Wow. 10 years now. And they're still here.
It's still here. It's still,
yes, it's
they're
still
here. Working.
Yes. So this one we either shift to either the use of the water belt or the sprinklers. Okay. Yes. So this one we remove the sprinklers, but when it's due for us to make them, we fix them and then make use of them.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
So, sincerely, we can need an investor that will be ready to take this my idea, so that we can actually bring a different innovative idea in terms of this water belt to use, so that it can take us for that period I'm mentioning. Okay. Yes, I'll be happy someone can come on board. The ideas are here, but specifically, I would like the plastic or the PVC companies, so that we can put the ideas into them, put the ideas together, and then we'll be able to have what we need for the job.
Okay, that's it. So his numbers will be on the screen, and then anyone who is ready to come into collaboration with him to help him bring those ideas into work, his numbers will be on the screen. You can contact him, and these are the PVC pipes. We all know these PVC pipes. These ones have been here for 10 years or more. And then this is the water for me, or the, how do you call it?
Irrigation tube.
Irrigation tube.
Water belt.
Water belt that he's talking about. So anyone who is ready to share or work with him to bring those ideas into work, please, his numbers are on the screen. And my brother, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here, and we are so grateful you've helped us, and then you've brought so many ideas into this interview that will help a lot of the youth. And then I can see you have more than what it takes to how do you call it, advise someone or help someone who wants to go into agric or into farming. So we will be in contact with you. We will come here day in, day out. Times that you are how do you call it, you are planting new crops, or you are harvesting any crop, you'll be here to have a conversation with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us.
Welcome.
Right.
Welcome.
Okay.